know what else we need to do, man? States' rights. This is what you need to do. To enforce your states' rights, you have all these districts, all these circuit courts throughout America. I would advise that the states, the governors of the states, get elected people to the legislation that would agree with this, that the courts need to be pulled back to the 50 states, so you could have 50 circuits, okay? That would make every state's power greater. Because if you think about it, judicially speaking, the circuit court is almost like another state. Because it encompasses a few states at a time. And that makes things easier for the Supreme Court, and hence the central government in Washington, D.C. to mandate and enforce their will, instead of the people, meaning various citizens of 50 separate states, will. So what has to be done is that from that point where the states have pulled back their court to their own court, speaking only to the Supreme Court, and notwithstanding any other states' influence in a circuit. It must be then the legislature of the individual states have to decide and enact laws within themselves that they will no longer have the judges of their states be elected by the people of the states by popular vote. Because, frankly speaking, for me, and I know you are probably the same way, you don't know who the judges are. You don't really care. You go to vote for your president and your congressman and your senator, which also you should not be voting for from the original 1787 Constitution. You should not be, the governor of your state should be appointing a senator, just like the president of the United States appoints a Supreme Court justices. Therefore, I say that the states' governors should, under authority of the legislature, adding a thing to their state constitution, an amendment, say that our judges in our state will be appointed by the governor of the state, pending approval of the state legislation, just like they do in the federal government in Washington. We will do exactly the same, only smaller. The states will do exactly the same thing, only smaller. Just exactly the same fashion. Because we don't know, man. We don't know, me and you, we don't know who the judges are. Okay? The judge is like, vote for Judge Schleppenfleck, And, he says he's a Democrat, he says he's a Republican, he says he's a no party affiliation at all. Who cares? You don't know anything about him, and from there, this is how the radicals slip up into office. Because then guys like Bill Clinton come along, or Jimmy Carter, or even, George Herbert Walker Bush. A judge, they can always make a mistake appointing a judge coming from a circuit, which is bigger than the states, right? These radical judges and make their way up into the Supreme Court through the Circuit Court of Appeals, right? So what needs to be done is that the governor of the state, who is chosen by the people of his state, then chooses a judge in the state to be his representative, judicially speaking. Look at Sonia Sotomayor, appointed by Barack. Peace be upon him. Yes, she is exactly in accordance with his line of thinking. She is practically a hermaphrodite form of Barack Obama. Or maybe Barack Obama is a hermaphroditic form of her. Yeah. No. He couldn't be a hermaphrodite for her. Well, she couldn't be. No, I'm sorry. Scratch that because, Barack Obama is half white, and Sonia Sotomayor is Puerto Ricana Boricua, which means she can make her rich ethnic cultural diversity means that she can make a decision better than any white guy. Just ask her. So my point is, I think already made that the governors of the states should appoint the judges to the state, in the state, and the whole circuit court system should be eliminated in favor of a state court. And don't give me an excuse of it's easier this way. Yeah, the easy way. That's what gets everybody not thinking and not caring and not voting. You pay attention.